As the incoming IPSASB chair, firstly, I'd like to pay tribute to my predecessor, Andreas Bergman. I think Andreas left us in a very strong position in terms of both the standards and also in terms of adoption. And that will be the foundation on which I'll build as the board's new chair. First off, the priority will be to deliver the board's work programme. We've got a number of key public sector projects which really we couldn't move forward with until we'd actually completed the conceptual framework. So we now need to move forward with projects that our users are actually asking us for: social benefits, heritage assets, and various other projects like that. Second area is strengthening the board's authority through its governance processes. We now have the new Public Interest Committee, and we will be creating the Consultative Advisory Group during 2016. Both will be extremely important in terms of the board's work programme going forwards.
Yeah, I was certainly right there. I think they have, both the PIC and the CAG have actually been really important features, and it's great to be handing over to Thomas, who was the inaugural chair of the CAG, the CAG has made a huge contribution, I think, over the period. It's really useful to have a different group of people that you can talk to about the current projects and just get a sense check in terms of the direction. And equally then, I think, in terms of the credibility for our stakeholders, having the Public Interest Committee overseeing our work and making sure that we follow our due process has been a real step forward.
And it's vital that we have strong and constructive relationships with both of those. So that will be a second area of priority. Thirdly, building linkages and relationships with key stakeholder groups. An early project in that context will be the inaugural forum for National Public Sector Accounting Standards Setters, which we're holding in Norwalk in March, supported by the Governmental Accounting Standards Board in the US.
So we were about to go into our first Public Sector Standards Setters Forum at that stage. We've now done 5, and it's become really important in terms of the opportunity to talk to really knowledgeable professionals who are working around the world and find out what's on their minds. So I think that was the first one we did there. It set the template for how we do them now. That was it was quite interesting going into that to see how it actually played out and how it's developed since then.
And that's really about public sector standard setters around the world getting to know us and understand our work programme, and us getting to know them and understand the issues that they're actually facing to make sure that our standards actually address those, or that our work programme can address those going forwards in future years.
Do you know, the format was really something that there was a lot of debate and discussion about, because those who started it thought this is going to be about a bunch of people sitting in a room in rows being talked about, and the forum is anything but that. It's a lot of very active ideas and exchange of information, and people have really enjoyed those, and we've built on them, and we've got different ideas as they've come in. I think little did people know what the forum was actually going to be about at that stage. I did, but...
Fourth area of priority is adoption and the impact of the board standards around the world. And that's where the relationship with the IFAC Accountability Now campaign is going to be really important. That's a way of actually amplifying the work that the board already does in terms of outreach and its connections with standard setters around the world.
So it isn't called Accountability Now anymore, but I think what we do is still about actually getting out there. It's about advocating for the adoption and implementation of the standards. Just we do it under slightly different guise, but we still work with IFAC on that. And it's really important in terms of the IFAC Connect programme now. I think that carries on that spirit.
So there are 4 areas there, which actually all of them have a lot of work involved in them. But I think they're really the priorities for the next few years. And together, they will actually help us play our part in strengthening transparency and also public financial management overall in governments and the public sector around the world.
It's still about that.